The Light Sport and Ultralight Flyer would like to thank BRS Parachutes for providing air transportation to and from Aero. We would also like to thank ICP North America for supplying our accommodations at the show, and Renegade Light Sport Aircraft for transportation and meals during the show.
We are at Aero, the grand light aircraft show of Europe, and an exciting place to be on opening day. I'm Dan Johnson, and I'm speaking to Fabio Russo, the designer of the Snap aircraft. Before we get into it, we want to say our thanks to the BRS Parachute Company that is sponsoring our efforts here today at Aero. So, welcome to the show. You have an exciting, not a new product now. We've seen your product before, Fabio. When did you first design the Snap aircraft?
In 2008.
2008.
My daughter was born.
When your daughter was born. Okay. Her name is not Snap, but
no.
The Snap name is because you made an aerobatic aircraft. Is this right? And this is a single-place aircraft. So this is some new groundwork for us. But you had this aircraft before, and we saw it in the United States as well at AirVenture 2 years ago, I believe, with Bill Canino, who you're still going to be representing the aircraft in the United States. So when you first designed this aircraft, what was your intention back then?
My intention was to avoid to drive a car for 10 hours to fly with an unlimited aircraft, spending 200 euros.
And where did you do that then? In what aircraft?
Sorry?
In Italy you did this, and you had to go a long way to fly. What kind of aircraft?
Was an extra.
An extra, okay.
Top for the unlimited aircraft.
Yeah, wonderful aerobatic airplane, but quite costly.
Yes. So my intention was to make something with almost the same weight ratio, weight to power ratio.
Okay.
And trying to do as a ultralight or LSA in order to fly for myself, for my family.
Now, you used the Rotax engine as the basis, but you made some changes to it, correct?
Several changes.
Give me an example, not all, but a couple of things that you did differently.
Electronic fuel injection, inverted oil system, increased displacement to 1,500 cubic centimeter, and many other changes.
Okay, and what did this change the power output of the engine as well then, I presume? The amount of horsepower that it produces?
Yes, 1 to 5.
Okay, so this is a considerable gain over the basic Rotax engine. And what is the weight of the aircraft? You can do this in kilos for us.
Standard weight is 280 kilos.
So this is very low.
Yes.
And what is the maximum takeoff?
For aerobatics is 390.
Okay. And how much fuel is on board?
The main tank is just here.
Just behind the engine then?
Yes,
Okay.
it's 45 liter, including the small leather tank for aerobatics, while we have also the possibility to install 2 wing tanks.
Ah, you do? Okay.
Yes, with 25 plus 25 liters, in order to extend range up to 600 nautical miles.
But you would not use this extra fuel for aerobatic flying?
No.
You want the lowest possible weight for aerobatic.
In this case is that you are not forced to draw the fuel before doing aerobatic, because this fuel comes to this tank with an electric fuel pump transfer. So you can simply transfer the few amount of fuel, avoiding to draw the fuel off.
Right. You never draw out of the wing tank then?
You can draw.
Make it move into the header tank, the main tank.
You will not lose money.
Excellent. So to make the engine with an inverted oil system, what did you have to do to make this work in the Rotax engine?
It's slightly different from like on the inverted oil system, because when you are operating at low RPM, you can have some few seconds of oil pressure coming down.
Okay.
With the Rotax that is running at 5,800, you cannot.
You have to always have oil.
Yes, you have always need the oil pressure stabilizing. So that's why this string engine has a wider oil tank, and the draw for the oil is at the center. So wherever you are with the aircraft, the oil always will be drawn by the engine, and it never lost oil pressure.
Right. Okay. So a larger tank. Yes, and the pickup in the center of the tank.
Yes.
So that whichever way you are, you're always drawing fuel, oil into the engine. And you keeping it lubricated.
What type of G loading is the airplane set up for?
It's up to 6, +6 and -4 G.
And what kind of aerobatics would that allow you to do?
Yes,
Snap roll, for sure. It's navy snap.
That's snap roll, okay.
And all basic sportsman intermediate category maneuvers.
Yes, for those that don't fly aerobatic, there are various levels, both for the pilot and for the aircraft. And some are unlimited and they can do anything, the Lumshavak and some other difficult maneuvers. You don't do some of those maneuvers in this aircraft, correct?
No, the only advanced maneuver is the snap roll.
Snap roll is the most advanced maneuver.
Yes.
But otherwise, of course, loops and barrel rolls, no problem. But plus and minus 6G, is that right?
Is plus and -6G, but I wanted to limit the the negative G because no one other than in the not in the unlimited category, no one goes to -6G.
I see. So how do you limit that? You just by instruction, you just say on paper you limit, but the structure is able to handle it.
Yes.
Okay.
It's exactly symmetrical, so it's want to extend +/6G.
Now, how long did you spend creating this aircraft out there?
Since August 2008, the first flight was in February of 2011.
Okay, so you worked on this for more than 2 years then?
Yes.
Yes. I like the paint job you have on here. You don't often see a dull, a flat finish to the paint. It looks very attractive.
Now we can see on the car, the most modern car, such as Audi.
Ah, yes, okay. So you're just being very modern. Excellent.
So with TECNAM being involved now, how soon can someone have one of these if they wanted it?
It's from up to 150 days to have one.
Okay, so that's not too long then. And TECNAM will do the full manufacturing of the aircraft now?
Yes.
All in Capua?
Yes.
Okay, and you are joining the company now.
Yes.
And what is your role with TECNAM?
I am the chief of research and development.
Okay.
I was already.
You were at TECNAM
Yeah.
before,
Yeah.
and but did you leave TECNAM to work on this, or was it just your own project?
Free time.
Okay, just on your
I
spare
made
time.
this one during my free time.
All right, and now
And thanks to the TECNAM lessons.
they allowed.
designing
I
plane.
see. You learned things from them that you were able to put into this aircraft.
Yes.
Excellent. Good for you. Okay, well, where do we go to find out more information about this? Can we go to the website for TECNAM?
Yes. No.
And it's right on TECNAM.net then?
Yes.
Okay, and we'll find out more about Fabio Russo on this website as well. And we hope to see you in the United States, maybe being upside down.
Yes.
Okay, very nice to speak with Fabio Russo, now of TECNAM Aircraft, and still with TECNAM Aircraft, and looking at the Snap aircraft here at Aero. I'm Dan Johnson. I'll have more about this on bydanjohnson.com or bydanjohnson.com. Thanks a lot for coming to Aero with us.
There are decisions that we make that can define us, and it's a decision John Freese made a few days ago that he credits with saving his life. This is what's left of John Freese's Cessna 182, and quite remarkable, especially when you look at this damage. Here is John Freese.
It happened faster than you could ever imagine. Within 10 seconds, I went from flying to crashing.
Freese says his Cessna had its annual safety maintenance check when he took off Monday night from the Marshall County Airport near Holly Springs, Mississippi. At around 400 feet, Freese says the plane stalled and he had zero control. Just days before his fateful flight, he had installed an emergency parachute system in the single-engine plane.
I promise you, I cannot tell you why. I instinctively reached down and grabbed the handle and pulled the parachute, and within a second I hit the ground.
This video is of the parachute system. Freese says he installed it to appease his wife. She's used to flying in a twin-engine plane. Little did he know he'd be using the $25,000 parachute within days.
It went from nose down to horizontal just in time for the impact, so it clearly saved my life, but I was within 1 or 2 seconds of dying. I can't even describe to you what an impact it was, and it just took me a second. I thought maybe I was, that I'd kill myself. I've never been afraid of dying. That sounds odd, but I was not scared. I was shocked at how close I came.
Now, you won't believe this, but Reese says he only has a small cut on his arm and a very sore back, and quite a story to tell.